All right, KIA going to be taking the Poppy here at the same time as Beryl looking to see what he can do to respond to this one. And I love it because we had the whole pre-show segment set up to talk about T1, as now Beryl does get spotted on that ward, does need to use that dredge line to get himself out of there, and the Dragon will be given up and will reset as the flash away as Doran was making his way over. Beryl now in trouble. Does manage to buffer the hook pretty nicely as Ona flashes towards him, aiming, trying to get this Nocturne out of there as a public execution. Max range from Doran, and they're able to take down Beryl for first blood.
Honestly, the buffer from Beryl was kind of insane, denying it from T1, so nice little sneak away from Guma just to grab that. Does mean he's down that ultimate, and teams are posturing towards this Dragon.
Yeah, Owner is looking to try and put some pressure on this Crab as Lucy's going to get slammed into the wall. There's a Paranoia as well, and Subjugate not going to be enough to save him. I'm not entirely sure what the plan was there as the Realm Warp comes out. Faker is going to make his way over, slows down Shiu.
So not only do they manage to get the kill there, they get the Scuttle, they also get the Dragon. It's a big influx of gold and the objective as well for T1.
And we have, we have to go back to what we were talking about earlier on, right? T1, this draft of Beryl antics to really make an assessment. As aiming, looking for some extra plates, does manage to get another one here as the Corki is very strong. Meanwhile, here towards the bottom side, this Renekton in a bit of trouble, doing a decent job to try and keep himself alive, but it doesn't quite work as Faker just barely survives. With like, what, double-digit health, single-digit health? He was very close to dead.
And you saw the potions ticking. That made the difference, but now Doran in trouble.
In trouble yet again, as a depth charge going to come down this time around. Will be absorbed there by the ulti, and I don't think he's going to be getting out. That's another kill going over to aiming, and both of them go into his hands. As Mega Inferno Bomb not going to be enough to save that turret, and it looks like DK will be able to get first brick in this game. He's storming the IKEA, man. Like, he's just got plates all over the place.
Yeah, and, you know, feels bad for the Ziggs when he's not the one getting the plates. Oh, Faker.
Yeah, Beryl making his way in, Faker gonna flash, and that was a good one because there are a lot of DK members down here. KIA could be in trouble, though. Steadfast Presence comes down, Shiu catches him with the stun, and there is nowhere for this Poppy to go. More plates going over to DK. It's like it's a Greek wedding.
And if there's anything that's going to get Dplus family ahead in this game, it is just picking up these gold advantages, getting all these plates. Although, I mean, it's not going to be plates, but T1 will be able to pick up this top tower with the power of the Ziggs.
We're getting a bit paranoid here towards the bottom side of the map as Ona does go. We're getting a bit paranoid here towards the bottom side of the. So Rift Herald is getting taken down very low. Beryl in position as he just gets evicted. All right, well, goodbye. Lucid comes over and steals it away, though. Never mind, there was a troll just waiting in there. It's like it's under a bridge. As we have a redemption coming down, Lucid gets all of his health bar back as the teleport comes in from Doran, and immediately he is blown up. And there is nothing that they can do about it. Highway robbery here by DK.
Now Dplus going to be able to get a ton of value off the back of this Herald.
Yep. And takes down the outer turret in the mid lane. They're also taking the Dragon at the same time as T1 not quite finding it as Petrifying Gaze connects on to the Poppy, but KIA is going to survive. We get a bit of a zoom in here from Jonas Strong, but not any joy going to come of that. But Lucid is going to be taking this Drake, and so that will be feats of strength over to DK in what feels like the blink of an eye. We were just talking about the fact that, we're really far away from...
Well, they set up a trap here. I think they may have found Shiu.
Yeah, the Crocodile has certainly been sought out as the Heroic Charge does come in. Public Execution comes down as well. The Redemption this time from Beryl is going to work, but the Paranoia comes in. The Flash out, he manages to get the stun as Ona overcommits for it, and now we get some knockups to come through Beryl, but the Realm Warp, and that gets them to safety, and aiming is taking an inner turret in the mid lane.
This is what Ziggs is supposed to do, you know, just the tower killer, but aiming has just been playing tower destruction duty this whole game, getting plates for days, getting towers for days, and that Doran in trouble.
Another hook gonna connect. Beryl's anchor is magnetized to Doran today.
The only Fed member on the side of T1 is Ona, and he's just struggling to make any headway, diving in to get blown up. And another turret going over to the side of Dplus. That's the fourth of the game.
Shiu once again in trouble here. Doesn't have the Dominus and is going to have to try and get himself over this wall. Yeah, not going to happen. And Mega Inferno Bomb was going to be there to confirm the kill. Unfortunately, Gumushi was unable to get that because he was dead too fast. I didn't need reminding.
I think aiming needs to have that in mind and think,
yes,
don't do that.
he needs to be reminded of that.
Don't do that.
But no one else needs to be reminded of that. Second Dragon comes through here, DK. But at the moment, it looks like it's just kind of helping. Redemption comes down, Showmaker comes in. He's a lot of DPS represented here for DK, but he's not hitting the Otacon right now. They're looking for a turn. Miasma comes in, another hook comes down. As Doran has to flash away, he's been subjugated as well. And they look for the Crocodile. He slices, dices, and gets himself out of there. As she is still looking a little worse for wear, but not quite as bad as Beryl, who is basically out of this fight completely. T1 take control of the Otacon. Lucid trying to get over there as Beryl finds another hook onto Doran. The Petrifying Gaze as well onto Faker. They've taken 2 kills, but it is the Otacon secured by T1. Now can they get out of there? That's the big question. As DK, it's a bit of a sacrifice to give it away if they're not able to get a little bit more. As the pillar will come through pretty soon here from Lucid, and Ona is not getting out of this one. Aiming even able to come over and pick up the kill with the Gatling gun, and DK, that is a big lead now as far as money. Still, that one was very annoyingly placed.
I mean, aiming is just so strong now. Approaching that Infinity Edge, 4th item.
He's almost their gold lead.
Yeah.
Like, alone. As now Carrier is in a lot of trouble. That trophy is just pesky.
Not sure the angle he was really going for there. Just super overextended.
They're not going to be taking the Otacon, as this Baron will just go to DK. There is nothing T1 can do about it. Mega Inferno Bomb not stealing it this time, because Lucid does have Smite.
Yeah, with the
for this purple monster.
The amount of DPS on that neutral really making... Oh, Shiwu. Just not flash.
Gonna get Realm Warp done, and will get interrupted there by the Steadfast Presence. Still there's a fair bit of health bar to get through, but the Satchel will hold him in place and takes down the Crocodile. A cheeky one back, and that will actually...
I mean, aiming is just so strong now. Approaching that Infinity Edge, 4th item.
He's almost their gold lead.
Yeah.
Like, alone. As now Carrier is in a lot of trouble. That trophy is just pesky.
Not sure the angle he was really going for there. Just super overextended. Potentially looking for a flank and just gets instantly exploded. Doran doing pretty good into Shiwu specifically, but he's got friends.
Yeah, he's got a lot of buddies, and the public execution is going to miss. There are so many things on the ground, and the turret just evaporates. Aiming looked at it, and it just exploded. Beryl going to make his way over, and I think that's the base that's going to get broken here on this push. That Rebel Baron power play that I was telling you was quite low is now obscenely large, 4,000.
Ona's not doing that much AD damage. I mean, he's quite fed, but it's hard to spread it as Nocturne, and Doran is 0-6.
Yeah, he's just eating anchors.
Yeah,
As Paranoia comes down, we've got a Realm Warp to join him in here as they look for aiming, but he just gets himself out, and Beryl is going to vacate as well as Showmaker flashes for it. Lucid dives in on top, and the Nocturne and Ziggs immediately go down. Kerry gets caught out, and this game, ladies and gentlemen, is over. Faker is the last man standing. Teleports come in as DK, it's their turn for the jump scare. And now they will take down another in here. They're going to take down some Nexus turrets as well. And DK, in a classic DK game 1, are going to be 1-0 in this series.
T1 try and find a way back in. They look for aiming, but this time he holds strong. 0 deaths in this game, 9-0-3, that early Corky pick coming up huge, and Dplus will go 1-0 up in this series.
Oh, man.
But it was T1 having side selection in this game 1 as well, so a pretty big first game to take for Dplus. I will say, though, the other side of it is obviously the Ziggs denial, the Ambassador denial. These are some picks that...
As Ari going to be the consideration here for Showmaker, he has really loved this pick. Ari Zin has been a fair bit of power in the duo as far as mid-jungle is concerned, but Ari just kind of doesn't make us feel good that are having a pretty good time. Ona not going to be able to steal away this dragon, and I don't think T1 needs to be too worried about it for now.
Yeah, but it's a big move from Dplus, bringing both bot laners up to ensure they get the dragon.
Equalizer placement was a thing, as they're setting up for a potential dive here onto Faker. Wind becomes lightning, and Lucid gonna flash out of the way, gets a nice knock up, and Faker, remember, no flash, and will be taken down by the horde of minions that had been prepared earlier. The flash has to come out here from Shiu, though, as Doran makes his way down. Still, first blood going over to DK. A good start once again.
Yeah, double sums has to be committed by Dplus, but they managed to get the kill, they managed to get out.
T1 very, very good at getting Earth, Wind, and Fire dragons.
I'm gonna hold you to this.
It's likely to happen.
Oh!
As Beryl flying around a little bit here, as Kerry is ghosting for him. Let's see whether Beryl's going to be able to make it, as the Monsoon is going to be waited for, and they pile on top and take out the Janna. Wow, that was immediate punishment as soon as the Monsoon came in.
Yeah, you saw Doran's ult was like a couple of seconds away when he got that decimating smash, and we're not fighting.
Yeah.
If one jungler has Sundered Sky and the other doesn't, no, we're not interested. We don't.
It's the Sundered Sky rule.
Yeah, and honestly, you look across the board, mid laners, 80 carries, item completions, and
that was what was written down in the script, but I think I've been given a fake script now because I couldn't be trusted with the last one. Makes a fair bit of sense, as Keria is going to get a dangerous back massage from aiming. And will be told to leave. A lot of vision here for DK was invested towards that bottom side to guarantee the double dragon. And now Xiu is going to get left out to dry. Equalizer doing a fair bit of damage, but that's a lot of CC. And he will just be taken down. Scrap Shield will allow him to at least get this wave, or the majority of it. As now a counter dive towards the bottom side as aiming is flashing away. Had turret aggro and didn't need to be a little bit worried about that one. There is the Unbreakable Will from Keria, and that will keep him alive. Again, the plates do fall down.
They have those two dragons, but it's not the most meaningful soul. Oh, he has... sorry, Darren, he has flash.
Well, he might have to use it here, as Lucid will be able to find the knock-up. Orb of Deception comes down, and oh, he's just dead. And he knows it. Not going to be able to flash out of this one, and he will get some use out of the passive.
The 5-minute cooldown obviously a lot longer. And now Showmaker going to be able to pick up this tower. Doesn't get the extra plates that were there just a moment ago. Yeah, but will get that first tower, and it's going to mean Dplus one objective or one kill away from Feats of Strength.
Very, very close. Feats of Warfare are available for both teams with one kill. See whether T1 can get one here as they're posturing in the mid lane. Available for T1 in the area. It looks like they are opting in for a trade, but this will be Feats of Strength going over to DK, no matter whether they won the race or not, for the objective. So some upgraded shoes, as well as having that soul point, which is so important.
Yeah, I think it's telling that it's a Chemtech soul. I think if this was a Hextech soul, a Mountain soul...
I think that it isn't necessarily the most pivotal dragon, as we all know.
Yeah.
But all dragons are good, I guess. As Doran going to be unstoppably onslaughting towards the bottom side of the map. Doesn't work as a verb, but it's always good to try. Yeah, that's going to be a nice knock-up onto Keria there as Doran off to the side. Teleport on the flank angle, though, as Xiu looking to make his way in. Doran not going to find any joy with that Q as another culling comes down. Keria almost just out of the fight before it's even started. And in fact, that is the case. Going to move now towards Faker. Keria, 50% health as Showmaker looking for an angle. That's a Mega Cone, remember, as the flash forward from Doran. Monsoon from Beryl here, trying to come on through as in fact it was the Crescent Guard as Lucid flashes his way out, but the Cataclysm will be able to take him down. Still the charm connects, and the Jarvan falls down as well. Doran trying to be a monster in the front line. Magumuchi is skirted on top of here by Showmaker. They take down the Scion, but they do not get the soul. That is a big deal. It's still a big win though for DK.
Huge win in the fight. It ends up being Doran who secures the dragon there to deny the soul. It is a Black Cleaver for aiming. We have seen this build, so not as much. Oh,
Keria finding a Pulverize, but it's only on to Beryl for now. Crescent Guard out here as well from Lucid, who finds himself in a very awkward spot. Cataclysm, as it's a possible overextension here for Ona, but he finds a phenomenal flag and drag on top of Beryl, and then the Pulverize comes on in, but still, the damage is massive. It's just not enough. It's T1! They manage the aggro perfectly and wipe out 4 members of DK.
What a team fight from T1. The low health bar so close to going down, but just enough to survive. Showmaker doesn't get the resets, isn't able to translate.
Out 4 members of DK.
Now they have to approach. They don't have control of the area against Talia Scion.
Oh, Faker goes golden, seeing that charm coming over the wall as now aiming gets flashed into. Headbutt Pulverize, and there's everything, but he still managed to flash away. The Monsoon's down as well as Faker was taken out. Lucid gets into the backline, but Gumushi, oh no! He's taken down, and now aiming is frontlining into Doran, and that is exactly what he was looking for. DK strike back and find themselves a great team fight.
And it's Beryl flashing in to help take down Gumayushi, the DPS Janna.
As it's another one that T1 desperately want to be able to find for themselves. The Howling Gale not quite finding the avenue in as Lucid is in position. Faker looking for the wall angle, and he will be able to get that one down. Wind becomes lightning, but there's the headbutt to get the jungler out of there. Keria might sacrifice himself, though, as the seismic shove, and down goes Lucid. Now Doran trying to get it done as Ona finds aiming, but the Relentless Pursuit's going to get him out of there. It's a good charm as well, but Ona just flashes on top of him, and Showmaker has to flash away. It's a triple for Gumayusi, and T1 this time find the team fight.
Almost 8,000 damage from Guma, the Ricochet shredding Dplus there. The Anakin buff not doing enough, and now T1 I think should be enough to dissuade them from ending, but a lot of damage is going to be done.
It should at least be an inhibitor, and they might even be able to get an avenue towards this top lane one as well. And if anything, it's going to be a gigantic swing in gold. About 4,000 is what they were able to put together here to extend that lead.
Yep, works on that. Works on the shield.
There you
Redemption.
go. The redemption obviously is the biggest deal, as now Lucid might find himself in an awkward position once again. This time has the whole crew with him, but the seismic shove comes down yet again. This time he got the ult off, but it doesn't actually matter, as now Aiming finds himself in amongst two frontliners. Showmaker looking to make his way in, and Aiming's just dead, out of position entirely. Keria finds the headbutt back, and you thought you were chasing the cow. He was just getting you in position to be butchered yourself, and T1, I don't think they're losing another fight in this game. But Aiming not really able to do too much of anything at all, as now Doran just making his way over. Gumayusi with a nice spell shield there, avoids getting knocked up. Could have been a dangerous one, as now in goes Lucid, finds the angle as Doran's going to get pushed back. That's kind of where he wants to be. Headbutt pulverize, and they take down both of the solo laners in an instant. Shiu does go golden though, as Aiming picks up a double, but then he's lying on the floor. And Lucid, the last man standing, it's a quadra kill for the Jarvan as they're looking to set it up, and there's the Penta for Ona. If there's ever anyone who is deserving in this game, it is Ona. He has been so good and gets to celebrate with a jungle pentakill at the end.
A crazy performance from Ona, delivering the bounce house onto Dplus. This J4 performance, an absolute masterclass. And T1 answer back 1-1 in the series. I think the Janna pick from Beryl was pretty interesting, set them up for some early success, and in teamfights a lot of value, but the teamfight execution, especially around a comp like this, which has such a strong, robust front line.
Okay, that would be interesting. Lulu, Olaf together is a lot of power.
Yeah, you can just kind of ignore a lot of the CC that Dplus have, and when they come into you, you kind of just thrive in the chaos.
Oh man, that is a cannon. Okay. Which T1 are we watching? Shiu looking for an angle here once again, flashed for it. But now Beryl is looking for a bit of an angle, and Faker is in trouble. Lucid turns up as well, and this will be first blood being delivered to the Monkey King.
I say Wukong can't do this. That wasn't Wukong, that was Nico.
Yeah,
you know, a little bit of tricky behavior there. Great gang from
Nico
Beryl.
was dressed as Wukong.
Yes, that was why it was a little
technically
confusing.
Wukong did it twice.
I mean, you just don't want to tango with the Pantheon as the Wukong early on.
Flash in from Doran, looking for the angle. Owner is here as Shiu tries to make the world end, but it's his world that is going down. And T1 are going to even the scoreline.
Such an easy play there. Such a good setup from Doran, flashing in to commit the play. Ona's there to follow. Remember, Shiu flashed on the bot side.
All right, we've just got a killer instinct as Aiming goes in. Level 5 for Gumayusi, so he can't use the Featherstorm. Still, Ona is going to turn up. It will be Guma going down, and Ona not going to be able to do this one by himself. And so DK finding one back themselves. And it's also going to be some grubs going on over to DK here at the same time. So first objective will be taken from the map as Beryl gets himself over the wall, because of course it was about to get sandwiched by a Lulu and a Pantheon. And all of the grubs will be here picked up by DK. T1 in position. Shape Splitter not going to be the option here as Ona walking so quickly as Lucid will get himself out of there, and Beryl will not. He is extraordinarily dead. Yeah. So Beryl for grubs.
Beryl a little bit overextended when he had to burn that initial flash, and then hung around a bit too long in the offset, so T1 end up just taking him out.
Just talking about how broken this item is.
Man, it's so crazy.
It is very silly, as now Doran is in a lot of trouble. Does have Slicing Maelstrom, but there is the Cyclone to come down. Lucid will die as Doran even lives. Aiming comes in and finishes him off, but now Shiu is the one in trouble. Pop Blossom here, and it's not going to be enough to save anything. And in fact, I think Beryl is just going to die, and Keria is going to come on over and make sure that that happens. That was not the dive that DK was looking for.
huge turnaround play for T1. The Pantheon coming in clutch there with the ult to find favor in the play. And, we just said he just picked up Sundered Sky. I don't think he really needed it to make that play work.
So it will be a 9-minute-old dragon that will be taken down here by T1 as DK looking for a bit of an angle towards this turret, but Doran says no, and a massive Pop Blossom to come through, but it's only onto the cannon, and Carrier comes on over. Beryl is going to be dead yet again. That's 0-3 for this Nico, and another kill going over to the cannon. They might be able to get aiming as well, and there it is, and in comes Ona once again. She's going to get taken down. Now Lucid's by himself, and DK are just falling apart unless it is. No, it's not. And Ona is going to pick up a double. That's a 6-0 Pantheon.
If you're not exploding Doran or Faker, you're going to feel bad, and Guma has the Featherstorm. So if this engage from Dplus doesn't work, your team comp kind of falls apart.
Well, Showmaker looking for a bit of an angle here. Gravity Field is down in a decent position as Doran going to get flashed on here. Shiu finds his way over, and there is the shutdown. It's Showmaker that actually collects the kill. T1 still in position, though. A lot of resources were used to take down the cannon. Shockwave connects onto a couple as now Beryl trying to keep himself alive. Lucid takes down the Rift Herald. They collect the eye, and T1, they're just looking to get out of there. Man disadvantage coming on in, but still Faker doing so much work. Yeah,
we don't need to do any more. They were kind of fishing a little bit, but they don't over... Oh, no.
Well, Shiu is likely to die. Unfortunately, his Sundered Sky's not quite enough.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it certainly is. That is going to be first turret going over to T1 as well, and the onslaught continues here. And at this point, DK are just getting pulled around the map. Gumayushi might be in trouble. This time he has Featherstorm, though, and a whole bunch of friends. And T1 are going to flash towards them. There's Faker picking up the two-man Shockwave. Now Lucid's in trouble. Cyclone has to be used very defensively, but I just don't think it's defensive enough. And in goes Ona to lock down the kill. That is a legendary Pantheon. And DK circling the drain already here pre-20 minutes.
Featherstorm, Flash, Barrier, Wild Growth. None of them even used. I think that shows the confidence T1 have right now. His Flash is still up. Everything is still up. So, this fight, they're starting up Arakan right now. They're calling you to contest. They have all their tools available. The only thing they don't have is a Flash on Faker. So maybe Faker needs to be the target. We'll see if they can pull that off. They do throw the Herald down mid, though, as T1 move up towards Arakan. So they at least find a window to throw that down. A potential soul is very late in this game, and it's going to be...
There it is.
There you go.
I knew there was going to be one this game.
It's pretty high-value Cloud game. The movement speed goes a long way. Kennen gets a ton of value when he pops the ultimate, even Zyre as well. I guess Ona isn't untargetable, but you can't damage him, so it might as well be the same thing.
You don't want to target him.
Yeah.
You just don't want to be on the same screen as him. Exactly. As aiming is now going to, speaking of which, just get flashed on. There's the Shockwave, and where did he go? He's just gone. Good luck.
Not dying so much. Doran went for the Oblivion Orb, so he's just... I mean, it's a good buy. There's a lot of healing on Dplus with the double Sundered Sky. But he's fine dying once he's pressed his ultimate.
Well, Pop Blossom is going to find one here, but Ona says goodbye, Beryl. And down he will go. Now Lucid finding himself in an awkward spot as the angle from Doran is glorious. Just executes aiming and looks to make his way out. The man drop comes in and Doran goes down, but it does not matter. It's only Shiu left alive. He's going to try and umbrally dash away. He's a very cute snowman.
BRION about to come through as well. T1 looking to take this one to match point.
Oh, okay. Another Shockwave to come through here as Faker was pushing out this mid wave. And the Baron still hasn't gone down yet, and they still managed to get that inner. So Ona and Gumayushi going to be able to finish this one off, and there it goes. And now it's Soul Point here for T1 on top of everything else. I don't know whether we're going to see a Soul this game.
Now Doran has a Seeker's Arm Guard. Okay.
Aha.
Okay, now you're really in trouble.
Now he doesn't even trade his life for 5 people.
No.
He just kills 5 people.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem very fair. But now they're looking to catch Faker out of position. Nice two-man Shockwave does come in as Pop Blossom will pick him up, but the Wild Growth is there and Ona gets on top of aiming. They're like, that's cute, but our Orianna is a tank. Shiu trying to get in there, but Carrier just walks him around like he's taking the dog for a walk. And now Lucid, he's going to try and get out of there. And the monkey not going to be able to affect the ending of this game in a positive way for DK. I think they're going to have to look for the next one if they want to make a victory, because T1 are moving towards match point, and they're doing so in style as 13-0-4 for this Pantheon. Yeah,
he's been on a tear.
An absolute tear, yeah.
Absolute tear. Dplus getting forced back onto their fountain, trying to look for a return, weren't able to find it, and T1 will take us to match point in this series.
1 win away from Worlds, 1 win away from keeping their hopes alive to be the LCK champions.
It really just felt all T1. Owner was having such a massive impact on the map, reminding us why Pantheon was just permabanned during the regular season. And sure, there was some hits to the champion, but showing what you can do if you have that early pressure, not what you want to do. So you can see he's kind of like, oh, I don't want to go
Rammus! What?
Goes for the Rammus.
Hang on, where is everything going? Ox, help me!
Okay, it's mid Morgana, Rammus support. I think if you asked Beryl how he'd feel after that gank, he'd probably say, okay.
I think he probably would. As the Powerball has
Powerball into Ignite?
Okay, there it is.
There it is!
Oh! He called it and even gets the cleanse! Oh, this Rammus value so high already. It's a lot of okay. On both sides of the rift here is the Powerball once again going to come on through here as Deadly Flourish comes down. Carrier will turn up. As Beryl is doing his very best to get value out of this, but he will just get hit by this Zenith Blade as in goes Carrier, and now just looking to try and latch on to Beryl. Shield of Daybreak comes in, but Beryl is going to be okay. The flash from Ona! And he tanks up the turret, but he is not worried about it at all, and as it turns out, Beryl is not actually okay.
No matter what happens with this series, no matter the outcome, whether Dplus continue on in their playoff run or not, isn't this the way Beryl wants to go?
Ooh, nice taunt to come down there as Doran was kind of baiting. Cannon Barrage does come on through as there is the slam from Ona. Picks up yet another one onto Beryl. Oh dear. But that is 2 grubs now secured. And it looks like T1 not wanting to contest for the 3rd.
Yeah, Shiwu being here and the fact that Doran doesn't have ult, doesn't have TP, he's down bot lane.
Because he's been playing so incredibly well.
Oh man, coming in with a Morgana ult.
Oh,
I think Eamon's going to try and ult to assist Beryl.
Well, let's see whether the curtain call is going to work, because Beryl is very, very dead. Feats of Warfare do come down, and Carrier is able to tank up the turret. It is just that easy as Showmaker comes in. Lucid is taking a dragon. They are trading things for the Rammus.
Look, let's be honest, right? I think other players in the elimination game.
And the Gangplank fits the same build. Solar Flare going to come on through as, oh, if at first, wait, they've killed Beryl 3 times. Well, never mind, he is going to be able to slam his way over the wall. That was close. Nicely played, but another one does come in there, and they landed onto Lucid. He just gets blown up, and now Beryl will maybe survive. Gets the Powerball out, is now aiming, trying to get some work done onto Ona, but they had the Cannon Barrage there in position as well, so Ona is going to be just fine, and it's Lucid's turn to die in this game this time. And it's only going to get worse from here. We do have Blackfire Torch completed here for Showmaker, but he's been a bit of a non-factor so far in this game. As Carrier just wraps around looking for Shiu. He does press the Grandmaster's Might button, but I still think he's just dead. Lucid turns up, but a little late, and finds a couple of pickles, but not too much more.
Yeah, the Grandmaster might not, it seems, after that one.
And the Gangplank as well is just getting out of control. Gangplank with tempo in a game is just nigh unstoppable.
I mean, he actually has a bigger lead than Ona does.
Yeah, it's completely ridiculous as now Showmaker tries to put down the Soul Shackles, and the Redemption helps Faker out here and just destroys the Morgana. Cheeky little assist there from Carrier across the map.
Yeah, so
6-0.
Counter matchup, by the way.
Yeah, not dead. Okay, 5,000 gold is the lead though for T1 at 15 minutes into this game.
There was that whole momentum thing. How, you know, obviously the strong game 1 from Dplus, and then game 2 was, you know, was close-ish at first, and then game 3 was more one-sided, and game 4 is this.
Yeah.
Feeling very one-sided at this point, and I think it needs to, it's going to need like a balance of a mistake from T1, like significant mistakes, but also like a A big punish from Dplus is...
He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. Lucid might be okay as well as Faker throws down a bear, but the doggo is looking to take him down. Still very, very close as it's a 1-for-1, but that is 1 on the board for DK.
And I'm pretty sure Faker's worth a lot more gold than Beryl is right now.
I would say so.
I will definitely say... Oh no. Wait,
he just gets ignited, and the solar flare comes down. Thankfully, Black Shield is going to be there, but he still dies. The last tick, and that's why you buy potions, ladies and gentlemen, I guess.
The thing as well, KIA had redemption.
Oh man, so he was still able to probably kill him.
And he just knew he didn't need it. Calculated, had it in his head.
Easy.
Worked out the math in a moment, it was like, I don't even need this.
Well, Deadly Flourish comes down. Cone put up there by Gumayusi as Beryl trying to protect his AD carry. That's a dicey one.
Well, you know how obviously we were looking at the jungle matchup and we're like, right, Owners 4-0, that's a big lead.
Got it. So Gumayusi does take a lot of bullets, and now we've got Lucid going in, and then going untargetable. We'll see whether he can actually survive as the Pickle's not going to connect, and Owner is so incredibly strong. He'll find Beryl yet again as Shiu now trying to do something, but he cannot protect his Bowser. He's going to be able to slam his way out, and there is Owner going golden as well. Man, he can afford that? That is ridiculous as Showmaker looks for the Soul Shackles onto KIA. He does walk his way out. It's only Lucid that's died so far, but now Showmaker might be the one going down. As he flashes away, the Dark Binding will be avoided. And Owner now looks for some chains, but does not get them. And Doran is taking it in a turret in the top lane.
And they got a turret mid as well. I feel like Owner's chains just go further. You know, I feel like the chain length has just been so long whenever he's throwing them out. And Dplus just going from bad to... Barrel's
Come on, Beryl! Let's protect the turret. He got the barrel.
Gets the taunt.
Beryl versus Barrel, as it turns out, it's Beryl. Okay, we got a flanking teleport. Let's see whether this one's going to work out as Lucid turns up as well. Doran is the target. He eats some oranges, not quite as K as he wants to be, and so that is a kill. And a BF sword in comparison to the Tunneler. As, all right, flash out from Faker. Showmaker looks for a bit of an angle. Curtain Call comes in alongside the Black Shield, and aiming is able to finish it off.
I like how Faker was like, maybe Tibbers can block the shot.
It's only 7.7k.
Well, that's what it has been for a while. Okay, Barrel's going in.
This might be a bridge too far, as Shiu is actually over here. Looks to dive in on top of KIA, but the Cloud Rift going to be helping out. Now the Cannon Barrage comes on through. Grandmasters might once again not going to quite be enough as the bullet time finishes off the Jax. And now Lucid just desperately trying to jump over a wall. He might be able to do so, but instead it's Gumayusi that locks this one up. T1 dropping their wallets on them in the end is now aiming, looking for an angle. Showmaker, can you actually find the CC as Beryl power slams? And he's dead. Gumayushi's going to be able to lock that one up. And now Showmaker, the chains just barely missing a link.
It's question mark ping in the tower. Darn. Like, what are you doing?
He just wants Shelly to help with the Otacon.
Yeah, there were definitely some question mark things coming out on Darn for that one.
Yeah.
He does. You got to open him up.
Oh, and if you got that prize, it would be so good.
Yeah. I feel better already.
Right? Oh, that was great. That was exactly what we needed. Thank you so much, LCK. And now we're back into it. I'm so glad that the Korean broadcast as well has realized that this is the more important thing to focus on. As all right, we got a slam on in here from Beryl, who taunts up Owner. Oh, it's not actually on the Korean broadcast. This is actually Jisun and Yundo that are doing this just for us. Oh, that is even better.
We're blessed.
As we might be blessed with a team fight as well, as Beryl is in a bit of trouble. Some bullets coming on through there, stolen away by Owner, as it's curtains for Beryl once again for the 6th time. We call that the reverse Owner from the Pantheon game. He's trying to go the distance.
You know what?
The other direction.
If he's gonna go out, this is the most Beryl way to go out I could possibly imagine.
It certainly is. So maybe we'll save that for when Nexuses are exploding.
I think that's a good plan.
Some shackles coming
on
through. Dark Binding will connect here as the taunt comes down as well. The chain CC comes in. Doran is difficult to kill, but aiming, he's got a 3rd bullet, and he's going to put it in the Pirate. Didn't even need to use the locket.
God bless.
Fine. As all right, flash in from Shiu, looking for Faker here. But Faker's still offering a fair bit of damage back, and they did manage to get him.
Okay.
And also getting the bear value as well as buttons.
Let's spice things up a bit.
Well, it's precisely what they're going to do. Lucid going to be able to dodge the solar flare relatively well. Bullet time is going to get eaten as well. And Beryl finding a wraparound, looking for Carrier. Let's see whether they can actually lock him down. Down he will go. There's now Shiu. Oh, the Cannon Barrage not getting the most value. Shiu is actually able to go golden as well. But the Leap Strike gets himself out of there. Faker follows with a huge bear though. Drops it on top of them. Aiming just barely limping his way out. And it's the flash in from Ona. Finds the slam to take down the Jin. Showmaker just doing his best to clear out some of these minions, and the Soul Shackles to come on forward. He's dead, ladies and gentlemen, although he does flash to get himself. Oh my, what the heck just happened? Okay, Showmaker's sort of lived. This game's a mess.
There's a lot of damage coming through. I feel like T1 just beat them down with the wallets. Only Carrier dies. The rest of Dplus just have to run away. I mean, only Showmaker.
Not sure about Mom Spaghetti because Boris doesn't sell that. This turret is going to survive at least for the moment, but Ona is just going to come through and take this one down. That is a taunt on top of Ona, and he goes golden with that Zhonya's purchased earlier. Now Lucid in a little bit of trouble as he is able to get through the base gate.
Ona's 5 levels up on Lucid. He is 5 levels up on Lucid.
He's level 18. He's 2 levels above the highest level on the other team, and now they go in. Faker is going to go down. Shiu's going to go golden once again. The interruption is decent as Lucid gets into the backline to take down Gumayushi. And Shiu looking for an angle. There is no Zhonya's on Ona, and that is actually going to be almost an ace. Doran is alive, but DK just want to fight. Being able to get a few things back, certainly important, as DK might be in position to try and challenge for this dragon. Aiming is pretty strong, as you can see by that dragon damage. And now Lucid, oh my god, those barrels hurt so much. The Cannon Barrage comes down as well. Aiming does a lot of damage, but that is going to be Cloud Soul coming in. But there's the slam from Beryl. They're looking to try and take down Gumayushi, but Ona is able to take him down. Oh my god, the damage from T1 is disgusting. Showmaker looking to lock down Faker, but I just don't think it's going to work. Aiming finding some bullets, but there he goes. That's the ace. That's the last-ditch effort. And T1 here in Game 4 will book their ticket to Worlds and give themselves a chance to still win the LCK here in 2025.
The back-to-back world champions won't be denied an opportunity to run it back one more time and still can run that lower bracket and try and win the LCK.